What's going on, guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am 20 or just over 21 weeks out from my first show. No, I have not started prep yet, but my clients have. So I have two clients who recently just started prep, and I know they're watching, so shout out to Haley, who will be doing the IFBB Pro League here in Perth, and also shout out to Tilly, who will be doing the ICN. So unfortunately, Tilly will be competing the exact same day that I am, and I'll be in Melbourne, so I will not be there to vlog that show day, but I obviously will be here for the IFBB in Perth. So it's really exciting. They've started prep, and so it feels like prep season. We always have that in between where I get to kind of settle and chill a little bit in between seasons, even when it comes to work and stuff like that. And then yeah, when the clients start prep and whatnot, it's kind of just like full steam ahead, and it gets exciting because I know that I'll be joining them prepping really soon. So me and coach have set a date. We have decided that I will be starting prep on the 1st of January, so that will put me at about 16 weeks out. So at the moment, we're just continuing to reverse, continuing to grow, continuing to build. My training has been really good, but I do have some days of like really low energy. So I just finished my period, and the week before my period, I was like very tired. And again, strength was down and whatnot. Like I try really hard. And then what happens is I really give my all and just completely smash like the first 2 or maybe 3 exercises. And then I'm just done. I'm just so demolished for the rest of the workout. And I know I'm just not 100% because my body is still adjusting post-vaccine. I think just like I said, it's just been since then. I do have up and downs when it comes to like my energy levels and stuff like that. But honestly, I think this is just how it is for most females in general, vaccine or no vaccine. Our hormonal cycle does kind of really dictate how we feel. And in the past, like I said, it hasn't really affected me too much, but I just have been feeling more of it, and I've been tracking as well. Maybe I just haven't been aware, but like I said, I do have an app called Flow, and I track my cycle on there. And yeah, I can just really tell when it comes close to my period, energy starts to dip, and then the moment it's here, probably like maybe the 3rd day into my period, my energy levels are back up again. And then I feel really good. So, it is what it is. We just go with the flow and always try to train as hard as possible, regardless of how I feel is the goal. So I did film a leg workout for you guys, and last time you guys enjoyed the voiceover so much, so I'm going to be doing it again for this one, and I'm going to be inserting it after this. But before that, I'm going to give you guys a quick kind of macro update just to tell you where I'm at. So coach has continued to bump calories up. He literally gave me another bump today. I did take photos, and I'm starting to feel a little bit fluffy. I am the heaviest I've been this off season, so my weight has continued to climb. I'm going to insert a weight chart here. So that's where I'm at with my weight. And I'm starting to be a bit uncomfortable with that, but I know that the end is close. I'm going to be prepping really soon, and this prep's going to go quite long. So after the Melbourne show, I will be doing at least 1 more, otherwise 2 more shows. So I'm really excited about that, which would mean I would be prepping for about 20 weeks. So 16 weeks to the Melbourne show, and then the next show I want to be doing will be about 4 weeks after that. And I may do another one in between that 4 weeks, but either way, my last show will be 4 weeks after the Melbourne show. And then I will take a short break to hopefully go to Bali and have my wedding. And then we'll be, again, taking a short break, re-prepping again, and I'm definitely doing season B. So I hope to be competing from October all the way through to Olympia. So the quest to qualify is on. So from October, I will be really chasing that qualification. Obviously, I do have 2 chances to qualify also in season A. So I will be taking as many chances as I can. Even if I do qualify early, I want to show my face as much as I can. So obviously the goal is, and I'm aiming for, to obviously qualify as soon as possible, but it doesn't stop me from wanting to still do as many shows as I can that will obviously benefit me and still be, not me going too overboard. Like, so as long as my body will let me and it works with my schedule, and to ensure that I still bring a really good package, I also do a lot of shows, because obviously I've missed out on a lot, and the judges literally don't know who I am, and I really want to be showing my face as much as possible, standing next to as many Olympians as possible, and just really getting as much feedback as possible is what I really want to do. Just really want to learn and grow and get as much feedback as possible from all the judges, from the different shows, because different shows obviously have different judges and stuff like that. So big plans for next year, and I'm already working very hard towards it. There's not much more I can do at the moment apart from just focus on just work, because this is going to be a very expensive, I don't have any sponsors, so anyone watching, if you want to sponsor me, go ahead. Please drop me a message, an email. Anything that you can help out with will be greatly appreciated, because I will be making at least 2 trips to the US. It is expensive for accommodation there. Flight's actually not too bad, but I am hoping to fly business class so that I can lay flat and sleep, especially on the way there, because I'm going to be competing. On the way back, I don't care. I don't have to fly business class, but I would hope to fly business class on the way there, so that would be pricey as well. So if anyone wants to sponsor me, drop into my DMs, but otherwise I'll just be continuing to hustle on. I've been doing a lot more face-to-face, just really focusing on that, and also obviously continuing with my online, and just really working hard, so that I can obviously fund my big trip next year, multiple trips, and my quest and my road to qualify for Olympia. Obviously, also, I really hope to monetize the channel. So if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel so you can follow my Olympia journey. But also, if I can monetize the channel, every little bit that I can get from ads would help go towards funding my Olympia trip. Like I said, I don't have any sponsors, so this is all I can do. Just work my normal job that I have been doing, work hard, and hope to monetize this channel. I also will have really exciting videos and a prep series coming up, because I'm looking to invest back into the channel and get a professional videographer to help film me. I think that will help a lot, and we can create really good content. So that's what I'm hoping to do as well. So again, if you subscribe to my channel, that really will help support the channel. Another way you can help support me and my journey is to obviously purchase sups from Massive Joe's using my code NicoleTan. Again, that would really help support me and my journey to Olympia. So that's very much appreciated. Yeah, that's all I have to say for now. And I'm going to insert my leg workout next, so enjoy. So the first exercise I'm doing is a constant tension hip thrust, which basically means that I don't lose tension by dropping the weight down or letting the weights touch the ground. So in this case, because I'm using a Smith machine, I just make sure the bottom of the bar does not touch like the bottom of the Smith machine, and that will help me keep that constant tension. I'm also focusing on going with a slow tempo on the way up, really focusing on the positive part of the movement. A lot of people focus on controlling the negative, and then most of them forget that the positive part of the motion is just as important. And then just at the very end, I just do a few little extra pulsing reps just to get out a few extra and really burn it out. After that, I move on to doing dead stop hip thrust. So dead stop means I actually drop the weight and the bar all the way down, rest, and then actually push it right back up. I focus on powering through with this one, going relatively heavy. I'm doing 120 kilos here and making sure I hold the squeeze at the very top. When going heavy, form and mind muscle connection becomes even more important. You don't want to be leaning back with your upper body and using your upper body as a lever to push the weight. You have to be keeping your spine neutral and really focus on using the glute, really squeezing the glute to use that to push the weight up rather than just leaning back with your upper body. Next, I move on to one of my absolute favorite exercises for glute activation, which a lot of people don't actually do correctly and don't actually feel a lot of their glute in this movement, but I find that I really feel my glutes a lot in this one. So basically what I focus on is really pushing the hips back and then squeezing the glute all the way up, making sure the knees don't travel too forward, and again, making sure the hips are leading the movement, focusing on, again, slowing down on the way up through the positive part of the motion, really focusing on using your glutes to pull upwards and squeeze inwards. I'm probably going a little bit fast on the way down, so if you need to, you can control it down, but for me, I'm focusing on just dropping the weight down and really focusing on the squeeze up, squeezing the glutes up and into the bar. Then I move on to some seated machine glute abductions. If you don't have a machine, you can obviously still use the cables. With this one, I focus on sitting nice and upright, making sure I'm pushing my hips back, keeping my chest up, and pushing out with my knees and not going too wide. A lot of people go way too wide, open their legs way too big, and they start hitting the adductors instead of actually using the glutes. Now I do my version of the straddle lift. A lot of people do this a different way. I am very short, but I really don't feel the need to elevate my feet at all. I just make sure that I'm pushing my knees out, not standing too wide. So I have quite just a normal stance, not wide, not narrow, just shoulder width apart, really focusing on pushing the hips back, sitting into the hip. And as you can see, really squeezing and tucking under. So I really feel my glutes the whole way up. And as you can see, my knees don't travel too forward. My spine is neutral. And I'm really focusing again on the positive part of the motion. I then move on to some single leg press. I really feel my glutes with the single leg press as opposed to double leg. It also becomes much heavier with the single leg. So I obviously like to make things much harder for myself, and then you don't have to go too heavy. You can really feel it. The important thing is to make sure you're pushing through the outside of your feet and the heels of your feet. It's also important to, again, not let the knee travel too far forward and really focusing on bending from the hip and trying to load the weight into your glutes on the way down and then really squeezing your glutes to push on the way up. It's really a different kind of squeeze as opposed to squeezing at the top of a motion. This one is really focusing on engaging and recruiting all the muscle fibers at the very bottom in order to push up with the glute. Lastly, I finish off with a straight leg kickback. With this one, it's different from a regular kickback. As you can see, my legs are perfectly straight and I kick them, keeping my leg straight but not straight back. You can see I point my toe out slightly and my leg is actually on a slight angle, but my upper body is nice and upright and it literally does not move at all. The only thing that's moving is the whole leg, not bending at the knee or anything, just moving perfectly back in a straight kind of like line and really focusing on squeezing the top part of the glute for this movement. Some recovery time at the beach because it is a nice warm day in Perth today, so I'm a bit deficient in vitamin D. I think I talked about this before, so it's good to get some sun, and salt water is really good for your recovery, and the cold water as well. So I'm gonna get a little bit warmer and then master up the courage to jump into the cold water because cold water is really good for, like I said, recovery, but also apparently fat loss. So during my prep, I would want to do a little bit more cold showers and jumping into the cold ocean, stuff like that, and see if that makes a difference. Even if it doesn't, it's nice anyways. So yeah. Check out our house and the bricks are up. So exciting. Pretty bricks and our big glass windows. More windows. I love that our house has so many windows. This is my dream. It is now Wednesday, the 24th of November. So have had a pretty hectic week this week, just like really focusing on work and going to really try to focus on work and also try and spend as much time with my friends as possible before prep starts. So that is the goal, and I'm like super focused on just work at the moment, and I'm really excited to start prep soon. So I think about 6 more weeks till I start prep, but I'm still training hard, trying to eat my fruit. Honestly, like the last few days, it's been a struggle to get my carbs in ever since the recent bump, especially because the fats are low. So just eating lots of just carbs, like, I don't know, my satiety level is at a 100. I'm like always full. And now that it's warmer, I get less hungry when it's warmer, which is like a good and bad thing. I think it's just like when it's so hot, I just don't have much of an appetite. I know I will look back on this when I'm like finally prepping and constantly hungry and be like, you bitch, why are you complaining about being full? But I mean, it's just all part of it. I am looking forward to feeling the hunger feeling, because I know when I feel hungry is when I'm starting to get leaner and look good. So I am looking forward to that, but I'm going to enjoy every moment now of being full and satisfied and feeling strong. Obviously, like I said, I do have my days of feeling tired, but that's not much to do with the food. It might be to do with the food. I don't know, maybe my body is tired from digesting so much food. I don't know, but I'm not going to continue complaining about how much food I get to eat, because I know some of you are prepping and dieting already. And yes, I'll be working hard to get all my food in, get my training in, and I just can't wait to start prep, and I can't wait to share this whole journey with you guys. And I will catch you guys in the next one.